Okay everyone, welcome to this next Photoshop tutorial. What I'm going to show you in this tutorial is just how to do some basic retouching. Now, retouching divides a lot of opinions. Some people think it should be done, some people think it shouldn't. Myself personally, I think if you use it subtly, it's a good tool to use which can benefit most images. So how is it done? Well, what we're doing here is you'll usually be on the move tool here by default, and we're just going to pick the clone stamp tool, which is just down here about halfway down on the toolbar on the left hand side. Now you can see that when I hover over it, it brings up the clone stamp tool text, and it also brings up in brackets S. That means that if you press S on your keyboard, it just jumps straight to that tool. It's another shortcut that you can write down for reference. Okay, so if I click on the clone stamp tool and just drag it onto my image, I'm not clicking anything, I'm just hovering this over my image, you'll see that it brings up a transparent circle there, and what that is that's called your brush size. And if I go up to the top here along the toolbar, you've got where it says 47 at the moment, that is your brush size, and it's measured in pixels. Now I'm just going to make that a bit bigger just for tutorial's sake. I'm going to take this up to 100. Okay, so just okay, that you don't need to say that for now. Now what this does is, in fact I'm going to make it slightly bigger. We'll go and make this 150. There we go, we can just manually type it in there if we want to. Okay, so if you concentrate on this circle, the theory behind this is what we're doing is that's telling you to take where you can take a sample from, and all we're doing is the idea of the clone stamp tool is just to copy an area and paste it over the part of the image that you don't want visible. So how we do that, all we've got to do is hold down the Alt key, and if you look at the circle, it changes into a target with some crosshairs every time I click the Alt key. So Alt key pressed, I let go, it goes back to the circle. So I hold down the Alt key, and now with the left mouse button I'll just click the image there. Now you won't see anything happen when I click it, but what that has done is it's sampled the area. Now you see, if I move this over the area that I don't want, then click it a couple of times, and see it's got rid of that area there. So if we try again, hold down the Alt key, changes to a target, click with the left mouse button, so we take a sample area, move it over the part of the image that we want removing, and click a couple of times to get rid of it. Now if that circle is a bit small, we want to take a sample from a large area, we'll just go up to the brush size at the top, and if I want to I can take up to, say, double it in size, and we'll make it 300. If it's tricky to get it to the accurate size, you just type it in manually like I've done just then. Okay, so I'm going to hold Alt again, click, copy over the image, Alt click, and paste in over the area that I don't want, and I just keep repeating these steps all the way along. Almost done. Alt again, click, and you see that's removed that part of the image that I don't want. Now if I zoom in, just by pressing Control and plus, and if I move across the image, and I can do that by holding the space bar down, and you can see it move, the cursor changes into a hand. Hold the space bar down and press the left mouse button down at the same time, and then just move your mouse across. So I can move to the part of the image that I want to retouch. Now you may be able to see, if I just change this back to the move tool, you may be able to see we've got this repeating pattern here, these dots, pebbles, and what that is because the area that I copied I'm pasting over, and you may think that isn't a problem, but that's a sure sign that someone's retouched an image. If you start to see repeating patterns like that, people have obviously retouched the image. And the idea of retouching is we want to do it subtly. We don't want people to see where we've taken parts out of the image. So if I press the clone stamp tool again, and I'm just going to reduce the size of the brush, and I can just do some more minor adjustments. Again, Alt click and removing them. Now I don't want to remove every pebble. We've got to make this look realistic, but I'm just going to take some of them out, just so we can't see any repeating patterns in the image. I'll take this out while I'm zoomed in, and also this dot over here. Okay, and I can get back to full screen by pressing Control and 0, and there we go. We've taken out something in the image. Now we can do this as much as we want. Hold the spacebar key down and move across. I can take this out if I want to by just pressing Alt and click. So I'm just Alt click, just samples a part of the image, and then without Alt held down, I just press over the part of the image that I want removing. Now another thing I'll show you is if you use the tool just above there, which is called the spot healing brush, if we click on that, I'll just reduce the size slightly, this automatically looks at the area around it, and it takes out the need for holding down Alt. So what I can do is just click and drag across the image, let go, and see it's removed that part of the image. Click and drag across, and it's removed that part of the image. Now you'll probably be wondering why I didn't show you that tool straight away. Well, that's been a more recent addition in Photoshop, so whereas the clone stamp tool has been there all along, and you're better off learning the traditional methods first and then learning the shortcuts afterwards, because if you start using different software other than Photoshop, you might find that they don't have the likes of this spot healing brush in. And by understanding how the clone stamp tool works, you understand the theory behind it, that all it's doing is sampling an area nearby and then taking it out. And you can apply that in other photo editing software, other types of photo editing software that you use. So I'm just going to take out a couple of other parts of the image. We don't want to take everything out, we just want the main bits that are causing us a bit of a distraction. I'm going to do one more bit, this line along the bottom here, click and drag. There we go, I think we should be fairly happy with that now. I'll press Control and Plus to get it back to full screen. Control and 0, sorry, to get it back to full screen. Can take out this little part here, and that bit there if I want to. And there we go. We've taken out lots of unwanted content, and I've got a much cleaner looking image.